everybody, so today's video is going to be a products that are not worth the hype or products that were disappointed me. So yes, I actually have a lot of them. I filled up this shoebox here. And yes, I have a lot to show you. I'm going to go ahead and start out with the ones that are products that were really hyped up, and then I'll go into products that are maybe kind of random and just disappointed me. So for one, I'll get this out of the way. This is the Sigma Duo Fiber F50, and it's not just this brush in particular, but if you can see, it is a duo fiber brush, and I do not like the duo fiber brushes. I do not ever use them. The ones that are like the stippling or like blush brush form at least. I do use a duo fiber brush that's like a concealer brush for my under eye setting powder, but that's different. So I hear so many people talk about brushes like these, but I just don't understand how you can effectively use them, because I've tried to use it with foundation, but then it doesn't give enough coverage. It just kind of moves it around. It leaves a strange like design or like pattern. I don't know, it's weird. It doesn't like blend in right, or it just completely goes everywhere. And for blush, it doesn't pick up the blush and it barely applies any. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this at all. The next thing is the Maybelline Falsies mascara, and I know that people have just raved and raved about this, saying that it's the best mascara ever, but I do not agree with that. I don't think it is as amazing as people say. I think you could get better mascaras at the drugstore for similar prices. Lash Blast, I mean, I'd go for that over this. I have a whole entire review on it. Should be up already, but yeah, I do not like this. Next, this is a product that was hyped up a while ago, but it is the CoverGirl Aqua Smoothers, which is a tinted moisturizer. I hate this stuff. This is like, oh my god, I do not like it at all. It is like, let's see, I think my sister has used almost all of it, but I'm going to try to like demonstrate it. So I think it comes in, yeah, this is fair to light, and it looks pretty light. That's what it looks like, but it's so pink toned. Like, it makes my face look just weird. I don't know why, but it doesn't give enough coverage. It gives no coverage at all. And I mean, yeah, it's a tinted moisturizer, but still, it doesn't do anything. And it gives my skin this weird pinkish like gray tint. I don't know, it's weird, and I think that you could do better with just spot concealing. So yeah, I'm gonna get a tissue to wipe that off, but yeah, I really don't like this at all. Next is a lip product, and this is actually something that I raved about a few years ago, and it is Hue by MAC, which is a lipstick. And yeah, if you can see, I mean, I have made a dent in it, but I really haven't worn it at all in the past year and a half because it's too light for me. I just can't seem to pull it off anymore. The staying power isn't that great. It's a glaze, so it does kind of like, I don't know, it just comes off my lips really easily, and it's just weird. Like, I don't know. I think it's a nice enough color, but it's not something that I would wear every day because it is lighter than my natural lip color. So it just ends up looking weird, and it creates this weird like line on my lips. I don't know. I just don't think that this is worth it for me, because I could use a gloss and get the same effect, and the gloss would probably stay longer than this because the staying power isn't that great. Just saying. I used to like it, but I think you have to have like really light lips or something. I don't know. It just doesn't look right on me anymore. So next are some face products. I actually have 3 of them. So the first 2 are Benefit Box Powder Blushes. And the first one is one that's more hyped up. I haven't seen a ton of people talk about it, probably because it's not great. But it is Dandelion. And when I bought this, I had seen so many amazing positive reviews on it. I remember seeing something where Lucy Hale said that it was her all-time favorite blush, and I was so excited. Like, after looking at the pictures online, it looked bright and kind of a little bit, not darker, but it just looked like it would be opaque and would look really nice on the skin. And this is useless. So this is what it looks like. I mean, who would that suit? That is so light. You can't even see it on my skin tone, okay? I'm pretty much like a blank piece of paper. Anything should show up on me. This doesn't do anything, okay? I'm rubbing my finger in there a lot, and look at the color that comes off. How is that going to be a blush? That is seriously the chalkiest, lightest pink blush I have ever seen. And then, look, it just disappears on my hand. It's like, oh wait, where was it? Is it there? It does nothing. Nothing. It is useless. You're better off with something like Throb or Sugar Bomb or one of those. Another one is Georgia. This is exactly the same. It is a little bit more peachy and it has some shimmer in it. And the same thing goes for this one. It's really, really chalky. I mean, just like look at that on my finger. It's all clumped and disgusting. But it is the lightest, like, weird peach color, and it does nothing for my skin. I mean, you can kind of see it there, but like, why would you want a blush that's lighter than your natural skin tone? It totally defeats the purpose of having it. But I mean, if you can see, look. Can you really see a difference? I mean, I could practically use this as a setting powder. It does nothing. Nothing whatsoever. It's useless. Completely 100% useless. And another blush that has been hyped up maybe about a year ago is the Maybelline Dream Mousse Blush, and this is in Peach Satin. And this, I used to use it, and that is why there is some gone. But the thing with this is that you really get no pigmentation. This is like what it looks like after rubbing my finger in it a few times. But when you apply it to the skin, it just disappears. That makes it seem a lot darker than it is, but it's like that. Okay, there's basically nothing there. It has the weirdest, like, kind of silicone-y feeling, like it's just gonna slip around. It has a lot of shimmer. I don't know if you can really see, but it has a bunch of shimmer, and the color just doesn't last. There's not enough pigmentation. The only thing that I would use this for is to layer blush over it. Okay, so the last few products are things that I have just been disappointed by. So the first one is kind of hyped up, but it is just a really general thing, and that is the Bath & Body Works body sprays. And everybody talks about them and always includes them in Bath & Body Works hauls and whatever. Yes, the scents are good, but they don't last more than 10 minutes. I know that's kind of the point of a body spray, but if I'm going to have a scent, I want to smell it the whole entire day, not just for 5 minutes, because after that, nobody's going to be able to smell it. It just like vanishes into thin air. So I would go for a perfume over this, unless you're going to use it as like a room spray, which I have done in the past. So these last few things are pretty random, but this one I've heard a few people talk about. This is the Sally Hansen Complete Salon Manicure in Yellow Kitty. Now, it is a gorgeous color. It always looks neon whenever I show it and look in the viewfinder, but I'm almost positive that it looks normal when I play it back. But yes, the brush on this is really weird. It's extremely wide, like abnormally large. I'll try to wipe it off to show you. But the brush is absolutely ginormous, and the color, there is like no pigmentation to it. I mean, do you see how big that brush is? But it takes about 4 or 5 coats to get it opaque, so I'm not gonna wait for an hour to paint my nails just to get it this color. It's not worth the time. You can get better polishes. You could put a white under it, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having the yellow polish to use on its own. So yeah. Another nail polish is the Orly nail polish in Passion Fruit. And I don't know if it's like this for all just kind of like the satiny normal nail polishes. I have the Halley's Comet, and it's a pure glitter, so it wears a little bit differently, but this chips so badly. I think it's the formulation because it's more of like, it's not a gel polish, but I feel like it goes on more of like a gel. Now, the color is absolutely gorgeous. I love the color, but it chips, no lie, within like an hour. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it chips without a doubt in 12 hours, and a nail polish shouldn't do that. So I usually don't use this just because of the fact that it chips, but I love the color and it was expensive, so I would be aware of that. Next, this is kind of a random product, but this is the CVS brand Acne Control Cleanser, and this has benzoyl peroxide. And I bought this when I was out of my Neutrogena Clear Pore Mask Cleanser, whatever, and I read online that there was a Clean and Clear product that had benzoyl peroxide in it because I was looking for one that had that in it. And this was the product that was like, you could compare it to. It says, compared to Clean and Clear Continuous Control Acne Cleanser. And yeah, this broke me out. And it leaves the weirdest feeling. Like, for one, this stuff is the weirdest consistency I've ever seen out of a cleanser. I mean, if you can see there, it like squirts out like that. Like, what product is that thick, but it cleanses your skin? I don't know. It made my skin feel greasy and like it had another layer on top and then it needed to be cleansed again. This was weird. And the next two products are products that I got, I think, on clearance at CVS. But the first one is the Revlon Pearl Eyeshadow in Brushed Copper. Now, you guys know how much I love copper eyeshadows, and this is really pretty. It is a kind of lighter salmon-y copper color. Usually I like to go for darker coppers, but I wanted to give this a try. It was nice and inexpensive, and I thought that it would be good. So it is a nice large size too. You get a lot of product, but it is the chalkiest eyeshadow ever. I mean, look at this. Look, it's all like crumbly and just like, ugh, disgusting. And there is almost no pigment to it. That's what it looks like. You just like rub it and it basically vanishes. I think it is because of the way that it's packaged. It has those ridges in it, which makes it a lot chalkier, but it also has like billions of sparkle in it. It has like so much shimmer and sparkle, but it's just so chalky and there's no pigmentation to it. And I have tried it wet. It doesn't do anything extra. Usually making a eyeshadow wet or applying it with a wet brush will help the pigmentation, but it didn't do it. So I wouldn't recommend this eyeshadow or a light eyeshadow. If you're going to get one of the Revlon Pearls, I would go for something darker. And the last product is the CoverGirl Intense Shadow Blast. But basically, this is supposed to be like a kind of liquid eyeshadow primer in one. And I actually wore it today and yesterday to make sure that what I was saying was completely accurate. And I bought this for a back-to-school look because I thought it would be good for like a middle school look or something like that. But it is a doe foot applicator, and you just apply it like any other primer. But I thought that it would have a little bit more color than it does. That is what it looks like. So it's super, super shimmery, but other than that, it has no color. And if you blend it out like you would a primer and kind of blend it into the skin. Now, I put on a ton, so it's a little bit weird, but there's absolutely nothing there. It has a weird smell, too. Ugh. I don't even know what it smells like. It just smells disgusting. And it didn't help my eyeshadow stay on any longer. If anything, I think it made it slide away because my eyeshadow isn't as dark as it usually is when I get home from school, and it didn't prevent it from creasing. So this was a total dud. So I hope you guys enjoyed this super long video. I'm sorry that it was long, but I have a ton of products that I showed you guys. And make sure to look out for my favorites or my empties this month. I don't know when they will be up. But yes, so I hope you guys are having a fabulous, fabulous day. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this crazy long video about products that I hate. But hey, I love talking about bad products. I know most people are like, I hate talking about the bad products, but I love it. What can I say? I love being negative. Yeah. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.